All right, gentlemen, we're going to start off with the 31. So we're going to do that against a basic offense with 2 down on the block. Remember, you got 1 foot here on the arc. We got the 1 with feet on the arc up here. Fronting the post down here always. Remember that your 2 and 4, we're going this way offensively. So your 2 and 4 are always on the right-hand side of the offensive right. Always. So, of course, down here, your 2 will be here. Your 4 will be here. So we always know where we are. So when the ball is here, of course, again, 1 foot on the arc out here, fronting the post here. If this guy goes to cut to the basket, the 3 has got to engage him. Something to remember in general, no matter where you are, when you have a cutter, you've got to engage him. And then, if he gets too far, the 5 is helping a little here. But you cannot let this guy just cut around in here into the center. Okay, so ball gets passed over here. The key to this whole thing is you got to snap to the ball. So now we have the ball here. Right? So here's how you're going to move. Your 3 is going to take the ball. Your 5 has got to front the post right here. Your 4 is going to be here in the center. Now this guy here, he may try to sneak around. If he does, obviously the 4 has to take this man here. Let's go ahead and put the 4 right here, right on the rim line. The 2 has got to be down below his man, even though it's a zone, below where his man would be here in the zone on the rim line. So you can see we've got all of our defenders on this side of the floor. Again, it's going to be really hard to make this pass from here. If this guy cuts, it's going to be really hard to make this pass down here, as long as you're on the rim line here. This is the key to the whole thing. Why? Because in our offense, for example, if this guy cuts, there's really not a whole lot in here. Key here, fronting the post. If he wants to try to throw a lob, we have help. Now from here, if this guy comes out to the corner, it's just like a 5 out, and the ball gets passed down here. I'm going to show you the movement here. So, got this guy came out here to the corner. This guy passed the ball. Obviously, the 5 is going to close out here. This is the key. The 4 is going to come all the way over here. The 2 is going to drop down here so that somebody's guarding the basket. The 3 is going to have the gap right here. A lot of man principles. The 1 is going to be 1 pass away. So he's coming all the way down like right here. So if this guy wants to cut, that's fine. If they want to bring this guy over to the post, again, we're going to try to front the post. So if this guy wants to cut over and try to fight around, we're going to want to front that post there. Checking all cuts. In our offense, when the ball went to here, this guy's going to cut. This offensive guy's going to cut, but we're going to put a forearm in him right there. Again, this is when the ball's down here. Everybody on the rim line. Nobody on this side of the rim line. So the same is true. Say the ball goes the other side, of course. Fronting the post, fronting the post. Say the ball goes over here. We're going to have the 4 fronting the post here, the 3 on the ball, or excuse me, the 2 on the ball. There. We want to have ball pressure if we can get it, but we don't want to go with our feet past the arc here. Your 1 is always in the gap right here. Your 3 is on the rim line. Your 5 is low rim line. If they want to cut over here, we're going to watch these cuts. Of course, same thing. Ball goes out to the corner. This guy comes out. And the ball comes down to here. Four is going to take the ball. 5 is going to come all the way over here. Okay. This guy may try to follow the ball. You're going to try to front the post there. The 1 is going to come down here. Again, 1 pass away from his zone. 2 is going to be more in the gap here. And the 3 is on the rim line here. If the ball gets skipped from here all the way over to here, there's plenty of time to sprint and recover here. So let's show that. The ball gets skipped from here all the way over. Again, he's watching the back cut, but let's say it gets skipped. So the ball goes from here to here. So now the ball, while the ball is in the air, here's the movements. Your 3 is going to react to the ball here. Your 1 is going to snap back where he would normally be, right here in the gap. Your 2 is going to sprint to the rim line. Your 4 is going to sprint to the rim line. Low rim line. And your 5 is going to sprint right here to the opposite block, looking for cutters. And you're right back in. Special situations. So suppose the ball is dribbled over here. It's all about communication. So the 1 has to pass the ball off to the 2. This guy may want to try to come under here. So he's got to kind of watch this, and then they kind of have to work together here. The 2 is going to take over at some point. Again, communication, whether it be this side or this side. If there's a screen, which happens a lot, a ball screen, this guy comes over. It's really quite ineffective, honestly, because we're just going to screen switch that. We're going to take it high here. He comes over here, then the 1 just sinks back right here into the gap. The 2 is going to take the ball if it comes over here, just like he would normally. Against a 5 out, which we will not face too often, but same is true as if this guy comes out during their basic 3 out, 2 down set. The only thing I'll say here is it makes it a little bit easier for the 4 and the 5 to help on these center cuts. This zone is vulnerable. It's important to know it's vulnerable in the center and it's vulnerable in the short corner. These are the vulnerable spots. So we got to react and understand what those vulnerabilities are. But same thing, the ball either gets skipped. Obviously, if the ball ends up down here, the 4 is going to close out here. 5 is going to come right here to the center. 2 to the rim line, or excuse me, that's wrong. 5 is going to be on this block here. 2 is dropping down low rim line. 1 right here, 3 in the gap. Same as before. So I'll make that a little cleaner for you. We got the 5 here on the ball. We got the 4 trying to front the post here. We've got the 3 right here in the gap, the 1 right here, 2 on the rim line. Key to 31 is communicating, snapping to the ball, and making sure that when the ball is at least 2 passes away, just like a man defense, we have to be on the rim line. When this post man here, the ball goes in the corner, we got to get all the way over. We got to move. Communicate. That's the basics of 31.